Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, Funtime Crafts 24/7. I have a little project share here for you. I created this really pretty Christmas card using the Stamps of Life 5x7 striped card die set. This one right here. And then also the poinsettias out of the floral swish card. I used the poinsettias out of there and the pine cones to make this, and thought it just came out really pretty. And some greenery out of the pine cone set, and I made these flowers, and I was going to show you how to make the flowers, and thought they were just really pretty and are a really nice accent piece on a Christmas card. And so let me just tell you what I used to make this card. I actually cut my own card base. I didn't use the die. I cut it 10x7 and then scored on the 10 side at 5. So I have a 5x7 card base in cranberry. I cut a 4.5 by 6.5 inch white panel and glued it to the inside. I then, out of the 5x7 die set, I used the panel layering, and with the layering and the diagonal panel insert, I cut them out together in some gold cardstock that has adhesive on the back, and then just adhered that right to the card base. I also used the Stamps of Life Doily 5 die. I cut the base layering out in cranberry and then the top layering out in gold, and stuck that up on dimensionals, glued them together and stuck them up on dimensionals. The back panel, I thought you would see it a little bit more, but the back one that I cut out in cranberry is actually embossed with a holly berry embossing folder that's from Doris, but you can't really tell, and I don't know if it would make that much difference if you didn't do that, because you can't really see the doily there anyways. It just is a nice little accent in the background. And so then I cut out the Merry Christmas from this one here. This is a Stamps of Life Merry Christmas die. That's what it looks like, the Merry Christmas. The layering one is cut out in some, Park Lane. Some kind of cranberry looking Park Lane, but it has texture on the background on it. It's got some like really cool little texture on it. That's like the Park Lane cranberry color. And then I cut out the intricate Merry Christmas die in a gold foil as well. I cut out the, the pine cone. So that's those. Let's see. The dies to this pine cone to stamp set, I use the dies. The pine cones these pine cones are actually out of the Swish card, but they're the same ones that are in this set, and so I cut the layering out in gold and the intricate out in gold and just stacked them up together, and I had adhesive on the back of those. Then the pine, this is cut out of Stamps of Life, her green, pine green, I don't think it's spearmint. Hers is spearmint cardstock. I did have to use my metal shim, my metal cutting plate with these, because mine are getting pretty dull, and they didn't want to cut. And so I did have to use that after you've used them a ton, which I do, even though I have 3 sets. I use them all the time, so they get dull pretty fast. But those are out of her spearmint, Stamps of Life spearmint cardstock. I used 4 little ones, 2 mediums, and a large for the pine feature. And then the poinsettias are out of the Swish card, and these are just the medium ones and the small ones. The large one this is the large one, and it was just too big to fit on the card. So I used this one, and that one is 3 of these, and a small center, the small center cut out in gold, and that's in cranberry. This one here is a combination of that little, like, second to smallest and the smallest, so 2 layers, and then 1 layer of that in the cranberry as well, but it just has a little gem that I got from Michael's. It's a bead landing, little gold pearl that I stuck in the center. Just glued them all together. And then this one is in a bit darker red that was in my stash. It was a scrap I had, And it's two of that second and one small with the same bead landing gold pearl there. And so I did 3 pine cones, and then, you know, those 3 flowers there. And the Merry Christmas is layered on some burlap ribbon. This is from the Dollar Tree, and I just cut a chunk off and then just pulled off the edge like that, and then it made it fray. And so I did that on the top and the bottom, so you would see a little bit of the burlap braid. I just thought it was a really nice rustic touch. Added that layer of that layering element that you needed to kind of soften it, I think, and make it just super nice. And then I took my Little Birdie gold metallic paint and a little stipple sponge I got off of Amazon. You get like a bazillion for just a few dollars. Dipped it in really lightly and lightly tapped it on all the little flowers after I glued them all on. And I hot glued the flowers on. These do, to make them the same size as the doily, have a dimensional at the end. But they're layered directly on top of the doily. And so I thought it layered up really nice and just came out as a really pretty card. And I really like how it came out. And so I was just playing around. This one I stippled up all the edges, curled them on my finger, and then hot glued them all together. But I was going to show you how I did that. But look at that. Like these colors, the gold with the burlap, it's just a really nice accent. I just think it just is so pretty. And so, so like these, I just curled these around my finger, but I was going to show you. So these are just a little medium cutouts, the second largest one. And I just took the petal and I wrapped it around my finger and pinched like that. And then after you do that, you kind of just curl up the petals like that. And so then it gives them a bit of dimension. And so then after you do that, you take the little metallic paint, and it's littlebirdie.crafts.com. And I'll try to remember to put the link in the description so you can find it, because I think that was the problem last time. Oh, darn it. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, you just take the little stipple tool and this little foam stipple brush, and you just kind of lightly dab. You don't want that much paint, actually. It takes very little. And then you just go around the edge. You just kind of dab it on, and then it gives it that fun little gold textured element. This is like a lot more porous than those little makeup sponges, and so it has a lot more like little detail in the holes and stuff that are in the sponge, so it gives it a really fun little effect on the edge. Rather than a smooth line, you get more of that little random kind of frosted, almost a frosted effect. And then see how pretty? Oh, this stuff is so pretty. And it's being acrylic paint, it dries really fast. And so yeah, those were already glued down, and I'm like, oh, it needs something. And so I got this out and just pounced it on the top, just on the tips, and it just added just that extra touch. I think it just added a really nice interest to the flowers. But that's what that looks like. And so we'll hurry up. And then these little ones, I just stuck a oh, that's too much paint. Shoot. You just want a light, very light amount to make it frosted, kind of. And then I just actually hot glued them together. I'll turn my glue gun on. See, not much paint. Doesn't to make it have that frosty effect. Not too much. There's a couple. Yeah, there's a fine line between too much and not enough. Isn't there always? Just really pretty. Yeah, and I think this is only like $2 or $3 on the Little Birdie website. It is the prettiest metallic paint that I've seen. And so let me just close this up. And so then I'm going to put one of these in the center. So we're just going to glue these all down. Let's see here. Let's make that the bottom one. Yeah, just hot gluing them. Alternating the petals. Like that. And then we'll also glue this little, kind of turn this up a little bit. Give it a bit of interest. And then you could just leave it just like that. How pretty is that? Or you could add just an extra element of detail with this little gem in the center. And these are the bead landing ones. And then how pretty is that? And then these, just a little bit of a pine cone branch on the back. You can make, oh, whoops, sorry guys. Oh, gosh, I'm bumping you all over the place. You can make up a bunch of these and have them all ready to go. Like, how pretty is that, right? And then whoops, sorry guys, I didn't mean to bump you. Yeah, like that. And then look how pretty that is. Isn't that just beautiful? With all the gold and everything on there. I just love it. So there's my project share. Hope you guys are having a terrific week. Until next time, thanks for hanging out and happy crafting. Bye-bye.